Matrix, we are continuing with calculus. Remember, there's this one question that most of you do not answer. So I decided to select one question so that we can try to see what is needed to write that question. In this question, most of you leave it blank. It's usually question 9 or question 10, and sometimes it can be question 11 depending on the setter. That question we usually say optimization, and it's that language that we use when we teach you. And normally this language this topic was supposed to be the simplest part of calculus, but it doesn't come in that way. So here I picked one question, and the question was saying a stone is thrown vertically upward and its height in meters above the ground at time t in second it's given by. So they give us an equation in terms of that height. It is h of t equals negative 2t squared plus 12t plus 32. So this is the height that is given to that particular stone that is thrown upward. So we take the stone, we throw it upward from wherever it's starting from, we take it as the ground point. So start from my hand, that is my ground, we take it up, so that is where the height is calculated from. And the time is from that point upward. Okay, the question 1 says, determine the initial height of the stone above the ground. So I say the ground is where the stone is starting. So where the stone is starting is at my hand now. I'm throwing it. What will be the initial height at that time? The stone hasn't yet moved. So it means that the time therefore will be 0, and we can be able to find that height. It means that we just use that question or answer that question. Say this is our time being equals to 0, and substitute that time of 0 into h, negative 2 times 0 squared, plus 12, 0, plus 32. And that is just 32 meters, because we are dealing with height, and it's in meters. Folks, this is the question that it's in vectors or equation of motion of physical sciences. Most of it's just like that. But it is associated with calculus to accommodate those particular information. In such case, in this one we're talking about height. Sometimes it comes with the speed and acceleration and all those things. Okay, it is 1 mark, so you just take the time of 0, substitute, and then you get your height, and that's the solution. Okay, look at the second question. They say determine the time taken. Now you're looking for time. The time taken to reach the maximum height. So we're throwing it up. Obviously it's going to come down. Look at it. It's going up, come down. So where it is at maximum, before it turns and comes down, that's where you're looking for. What will be that? That is at the turning point. So it means that you have to do the first derivative, and then after that you solve for t. So let's derive this one. That is our 9.2. So it is h at t equals negative 2t squared plus 12t plus 32. Our first derivative, it is in terms of time. So it's going to be negative 4t and plus 12. From there, we said it's at the turning point. So we have to equate h, the first derivative there, to 0. So this is going to be 0 equals negative 4t plus 12. And we do the algebra. We remain with 4t equals 12. Divide both sides by 4. So then t is equals to 3. Remember, this is in second. So in 3 seconds, the stone would have went up and come down. And this is the solution to that question. Okay. Now the third question says, how fast was the stone traveling when it hits the ground? Like when it has turned up there and it comes down to hit the ground, how fast what does stone travel? So what is going to happen now? We are going to take that equation that was given to us, and then equate the y, which is h at t, to 0, and then solve for time. And then take the time that is valid, substitute it on the derived equation. Okay, folks? So let's do that. We're going to equate this to 0. Okay, remember this is 9.3. Then after equating it to 0, we solve for t. So this is negative 2t squared plus 12t plus 32 equals 0. We can divide everything by a negative 2 to have it simplified. T squared minus 6t, and this is going to be 16 equals 0. Because we're going to divide 12 by negative 2 to get a negative 6. We divide 32 by negative 2, we get a negative 16. So we need to have two numbers that when we multiply them together, we'll get a 16, and subtract them together, we'll get 8. Then we factorize. This is t, and that is t. We're going to use, 8 and a 2. Because 8 multiplied by 2 will always give us 16, and 8 minus 2 will give us a 6. So we're going to put the negative there and the positive there. Okay, our time is equals to 8 seconds, or the time is equals to negative 2. Bear this in mind, time cannot be negative, so we'll disregard the one for a negative. We are disregarding this one because it's not a solution. And then we take our derived equation, which is the first derivative equals negative 4t plus 12. Substitute the 8 in it, and then we will find the thing that we are looking for. This is 8 plus 12, and when we multiply this using a calculator, we'll find it to be 20 meters per second. That is the speed that is going through it. But this 20 meters per second is in negative. And now, negative means a direction. When we go up, we go positively. We go down, we go negatively. So because this is a speed, we can write it as 20 meters per second downwards. So we're saying that stone is the time that it was going down. And you have found your 10 marks. Usually this question comes with 10 marks. So you can go in and grab it and stop wasting your marks by not writing it. It is a very simple question that everyone can answer. And that is the end of Calculus Ahead. You have enjoyed it. Thank you.